Fios is not cable. We're wired differently, which means you can get the fastest internet available with equal upload and download speeds from 50 to 500 megs. So you can upload 200 photos before your favorite song is finished. Click the ad and switch to Fios today to get our best offer ever.
This is the Nikki X Happy Hour. Nikki X, always unofficially sponsored by Jerry Remy's Grill. Your hosts today are Lee Vowell.
Being all postmodern and ironic.
Mass your armies up my gate! You shall on with it there!
And Todd Vandenberg.
I keep having these moments where it's like, and there's nothing there.
The greatest guys in the world.
And this is Old School Nikki X. And I am Nicholas Xavier Carlos Martin. And across from me is whatever name you're making up for this show. What is your name?
Manfred the Wonder Dog. You never did approve that.
That's already taken, right?
You never did approve that.
I think that's already taken.
It's not copyrighted. It's not copyrighted. I checked.
So it's taken. It's just not copyrighted. Is that what you're saying?
Are you implying that Liam Neeson is going by Manfred the Wonder Dog? Because I don't think he is. He would be Tom Terrific.
I don't know Liam Neeson personally.
He would wear a funnel on his head.
Liam Neeson would?
Yeah, he would. He would be Tom Terrific.
Tom Terrific, I believe that's already taken as well. Should be taken.
Should be taken.
Tom Paciorek? Hello?
I was actually thinking of Tom Brady.
In
Except in court. Except in court, Mr. Brady.
We are not talking any kind of Patriot football or anything else on this show. This is Old School Nikki
I thought this
X
was
Happy
Patriot
Hour.
Central. Oh, shit. I'm on the wrong show.
No.
I better hurry up. I got to make that show. I got to leave.
So we will say things probably like fuck and shit and horn dog. Is that a bad word?
No.
Also, this is brought to you by the First Baptist Church of Clinton.
I have a question for you. This ale that we're drinking, which is a fine ale, the head had completely settled.
I don't think you can say head
and,
on this show.
And since we've been drinking, the head has reappeared on this beer.
The head always reappears. It always
and that's our
does.
show.
It always does. Wow, your laughter shows up very loudly on recording.
I'm sure it does.
So if you hear any background noise, it could be cats, it could be people mowing, because we're under siege here.
It's people moaning.
And our fake. So we obviously used to do this show 25 years ago, then 5 years ago. And, we have hopefully better equipment. Hopefully we sound better, but that's the only thing that's...
A lot of people don't know, but we actually were the opening show for your show of shows.
We were. I mean, yeah, that's true. Mel Gibson Blanc wrote the show at that point before he became a superstar voiceover in whatever that movie about the Incans. Was that Incans? Was that Incans? What was it? Mayans? What was that movie he did? Mel Gibson.
No, it was Visigoths. For some reason, they were in South America, but they were definitely Visigoths.
What was that movie called?
That was called Apocalypto.
Apocalypto, yes. A non-violent film by Mel Gibson, another non-violent Mel Gibson film. First he tortures Jesus, and then he tortures... They're Mayans, right? They weren't Incans, right? They're Mayans? Mayans. Surely Mayans.
Whatever they are.
So anyway, we're going to talk whatever we want to talk about, but I guess, we talked about beer. Well, let's talk politics. Let's do that, because... We're
done with beer already?
No. We'll come back to it. So Donald Trump has chosen his running mate.
Hunter Pence, as you said earlier today.
Hunter Pence from the San Francisco Giants. And the Giants, of course, I fucking hate the Giants because, why would you not? Why would you like the Giants? If you're a Dodgers fan, this goes back to 1745 when Alexander Hamilton first came up with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I believe so.
Versus John Adams' New York Giants at that point.
I believe so.
I mean, it was Brooklyn, New York. You had that rivalry going.
Is it true?
Aaron Burr.
Is it true that the next big Broadway hit is going to be Hayes? It's going to be about Rutherford B. Hayes.
Why would it not be?
It should be.
What a great president.
I would be thrilled. I would go see that in a heartbeat.
He changed lives, did Rutherford B. Hayes, along with all those other people.
And just my luck, when I get the tickets, that will be the day after Burgess Meredith steps out of the title role. So I would get screwed.
Well, I should say he did step into that title role of Franklin Pierce, which was a short run. So, help me out here.
Benjamin Franklin Pierce?
Not Hawkeye. No, Franklin Pierce. I mean,
who is the one? Who is the one true Hawkeye? Is it the guy who shoots arrows for Marvel, or is it
Hayden Fry?
Okay, we're done.
Hayden Fry. Because, going back to the bowl game,
I guess he was
the only person that tried to tackle a UT football player.
Pretty much.
So, anyway, yes, Hunter Pence of the San Francisco Giants is the running mate for Donald Trump. So, I'm a little bit surprised just looking at Hunter Pence. I didn't expect him to be a Republican, but I guess he is at this point. Unfortunate. You see other people like Bruce Willis. I guess he's a Republican. And we've talked about this on other shows somewhere. But, each person should choose either a musician to be the running mate or an actor. Obviously, George Clooney would be someone who might run with Hillary Clinton. He might be too left.
Well, supposedly he wanted an attack dog because he feels he's being attacked on all sides. He wanted someone a real warrior. So I really don't understand why he didn't go for Dana White as his running mate, because Dana White is speaking at the Republican convention.
Speaking about attack dogs, what's up with that Kevin Spacey cat film? Why would anybody? It looks horrible. Why?
I don't know. Yeah.
It looks awful.
I understand the paycheck concept is like, I want a new island, so I'm going to make this movie for my kids.
Didn't he put a lot of his own money into this film?
I hope so, because who else would put their money into that film?
When it comes out, it's like Metacritic's going to have it at like an 85. There's going to be some genius behind this film because it looks so bad.
85? Have they changed their scoring? Is it out of 1,000?
Because I don't understand the concept. Why somebody? Obviously there's a cat, and he's.
Is there a cat?
There's a cat. Kevin Spacey's turned into a cat. I don't. It's almost like a play on all those millions of. Oh, the old person has turned into the young person, like Hocus Pocus or whatever.
Well, it's the Shaggy Dog that they did back in 10,000 years ago on Disney, except now it's a cat, and it's just, I'm really not. At all clear as to why Kevin Spacey is involved in this, why anyone thought, this looks entertaining.
I know why he's involved, because he spent a whole lot of his money to make the film. It's a pet project, literally a pet project. But why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense, right? If you were Kevin Spacey.
Maybe he likes cats.
Maybe he's thinking, I need to make a film where I'm the antithesis of...
That's it. That is exactly it. Because people will see this and they will think, my God, House of Cards really is amazing, because look how much better it is than this.
It's amazing no matter what he does.
But
it's a good show.
But look at the difference. It's like people compare it now to Beyond the Sea, which is like, oh my God, that was an egregious, horrible pet project. Speaking of pet projects, is like, you really wanted to make this for 20 years. Probably would have been better if you'd made it 20 years before you made it, because it's not working. But
that's the one where he played Janis Joplin?
Yes, it is. It is. The hair did look good, though. I really don't know. I was like, maybe he'll call into the show since it's a podcast. That would make it really interesting.
If he calls, I'll answer on my cell phone and we can put him on speakerphone.
I was like, Kevin, why are you making this film? Yeah, the clips look terrible. I can't imagine a 5-year-old enjoying this film. Seriously, it looks really, really bad. I don't think Disney would run it on an afternoon.
No, they will. Who's making it? Who's producing this film? We should look this up. This is a stream of consciousness.
Spacey Films Incorporated. I don't know, but it's really it is absolutely beyond comprehension. It's like, why are you making this film? Why do you think this looks entertaining? Why do you think anyone wants to see this?
It's going to get an 85 on Metacritic. It's exactly what it is. What's the film called again?
It's the Spike Lee's / Jones joint. That'd be an entertaining film.
An upcoming project on Baby Driver, which is got to be he plays Doc.
Does it star Mr. Baby
Duvalier, I guess, in the Simon and Garfunkel film. I'm not sure what they have to do with Haiti, but we'll find
with Mr.
out.
Baby Boogaloo as Garfunkel.
He plays Doc in an upcoming project in 2017 in Baby Driver. So that's the only thing. 9 Lives. That makes sense. Okay, so let's see who is putting out this film.
Nobody in their right mind.
No idea. Christopher Walken also appeared.
Yeah,
in
it's
Batman
Christopher
Returns.
Walken.
That's what it says. So, it's also known as some Russian name. So it's going to be huge in Russian.
Some Russian name.
Its countries of origin are France and China.
No, the Chinese market probably won't show it because apparently they have a thing against distributing supernatural films, and there's discussion over whether or not Ghostbusters will be released.
This is a real film. It just turns into a cat.
So
Cats are real.
Cats are real, but people turning into cats generally not real.
I don't know if you can back that up.
Generally not real.
Have you asked a cat? What did they say? Did they tell you the truth?
Felix
is in the back room.
Damn it! Just when you need him.
He talks too much.
Yeah, that's true. He does talk a
censoring
lot.
him.
He does talk a lot.
Do we want to watch the trailer?
But
No,
did you
we
know?
don't
Did you
watch
know that there is a lot of discussion over whether or not Ghostbusters will be released in China, because that's one of their rules.
because it's so bad.
Because
it has to be good.
Because they will not. Warcraft is a huge hit. Are you kidding me?
Is it shown in China?
And this is
Have
what's
you been
funny.
to
Is like,
China?
they don't want to show films that basically endorse the supernatural. So apparently Warcraft is not supernatural because orcs are real in China. I don't quite understand how that works.
Tom Brand, Kevin Spacey, is a daredevil billionaire at the top of his game. His eponymous company, Firebrand, is nearing completion on its greatest achievement to date, the tallest skyscraper in the northern hemisphere. But Tom, played by Kevin Spacey, workaholic lifestyle has disconnected him from his family, particularly his beautiful wife, Laura. That's what it says. I didn't make that up. Jennifer Garner. She is pretty, though.
She's not beautiful.
And
she's pretty.
Yeah. And his adoring daughter,
That's
Rebecca.
a stretch. That's a stretch on the casting. My daughter says a lot of Botox involved.
I asked Ben Affleck.
Not me.
He thought she was pretty.
Not me. Not me.
Rebecca's 11th birthday is here, and she wants the gift to... This is all from IMDb. She wants every year a cat. Tom hates cats, but he is without a gift, and time is running out.
Hate cats.
So he turns himself into a cat. Magic. I'm making that part up. Just the last part. His GPS directs him to a mystical pet store brimming with odd and exotic cats, where the store's eccentric owner, Felix... I'm not making that up. Christopher Walken, because my cat probably is a human, presents him with a majestic tomcat named Mr. Fuzzy Pants. En route to present his daughter with her dream pet, a bizarre turn of events finds Tom trapped inside the body of Mr. Fuzzy Pants. Adopted by his own family, he begins to experience what life is truly like for the family pet. And as a cat, Tom, which is the original name for a cat, right?
Very original.
Tom begins to see his family and his life through a new and unexpected perspective. Meanwhile, his family adjusts to life with an odd and stubborn cat, which is, hello.
How is that an odd cat? How is that an odd cat?
And his son,
You know
David...
what would be odd is if the cat actually did what you told it to do. That would be an odd cat.
That'd be a dog.
How is that teaching him anything? He's going to be a cat. He's going to be stubborn and do exactly what he wants. It's like...
Yeah, he's obviously never experienced the feline.
Make him a dog. If you want to punish him, make him a dog.
Steps up in ways Tom never expected. If any hope exists of returning to his family as the husband and father they deserve, Tom will have to learn why he has been placed in this peculiar situation and the great lengths he must go to earn back his human existence.
Actually, if you want to punish him, make him Hayden Christensen.
Directed by John Woo. So,
incredible scenes of cat violence.
John Woo plays Chow Yun-fat plays the dog.
Chow Yun-fat is the dog. Chow Yun-fat would be an excellent dog.
That's right. Why does that dog have two guns? So, anyway, John Woo directed. Don't look that up. I made that up. So, and I wish I made the whole film up, but unfortunately, that is the truth.
I would watch it if John Woo was directing it.
Next time we should do this, we should make up fake movies.
Is there some reason we can't? Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
The reason we can't is
beforehand,
because Kevin Spacey's put himself into this film, and it's much worse than anything we could come up with. I think that's the problem.
I don't know. We can come up with some pretty bad films.
That 9 Lives. It's the trailers look delicious. I mean, anybody who sees this film,
I don't know,
will want to adopt a cat.
After Judas collected the 30 pieces of silver, he went on a road trip.
Is that biblical?
And with a hairband. I mean, that would be very entertaining. I think
like
I would watch that. I would watch that.
Broadway musical.
I would watch that. Wouldn't you watch that?
So anyway, moving on from no, I would not. So
I would totally watch that.
Hunter Pence.
I would write that.
Is the vice presidential nominee for Donald Trump. Not sure how we got there, but yeah, Hunter Pence. So, Hunter Pence has said that he's a Christian conservative, and he is a proponent for the Religious Freedom of Information Act. Made that up, of course. Freedom of Religion Act. So, which is, it's not drawing from a base that Donald Trump, a base that doesn't already support Donald Trump at this point.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump, even though he himself is probably not a Christian, he just says he is. He'll do anything for your votes or your money.
2 Corinthians. That's his favorite passage.
That's
2
true.
Corinthians. 2 Corinthians walk into a
I like
bar.
the second one a lot better. So
2 Corinthians. Hey, Judas. What do you think about that guy? Judas? He's a fucking tool. That Judas guy.
I know what
don't
John
know.
3:16
And the
is.
First
That's
Corinthians
where
really
the
liked
Vikings
him.
missed the field goal against the Seahawks. So anyway, Hunter Pence. I'll be interested to hear Hunter make his post-game press conference where he talks about Donald Trump. Hunter doesn't look like a Republican.
He doesn't look like a Republican at all. Yeah, I don't really understand well, I understand because probably this is the first person who said yes and he jumped at it because he'd already been turned down by Corker, Ernst,
Bernie Sanders,
Bernie Sanders,
Jill Stein,
Barry Sanders,
V.I. Lenin.
Yes, Lenin turned him down.
Lenin and Trump getting into an argument would be a fun thing, or Stalin and Trump.
Anybody getting into an argument with Trump can be a fun thing because he's exposed. If anybody has
he's exposing
lick
himself.
Of sense,
what?
Yeah, he's got those short little fingers. He's got those short little fingers
and
those
Donald Sterling.
And those short little.
Where he would be on the back porch, and sometimes people would deliver stuff, and sometimes he would be clothed, and sometimes he wouldn't. I'm not making that up. That's actually.
I know, I don't want to think about Donald Sterling. Why didn't he run for president? That would make as much sense.
Let's see. I'll tell you why. He doesn't like black people, and he probably doesn't like anybody else that doesn't make any money, and he doesn't like Mexicans.
Oh, you're totally right.
Oh, yeah, it's Donald Trump.
Totally right.
Yeah.
I don't understand, and you really have to walk a fine line, and I actually can be somewhat serious because you
saying
have to
Johnny
watch.
Cash should be.
Yes, John Cash.
John Cash.
John Cash.
John Cash.
John Cash. I can't do a Johnny Cash voice. I wish I could. That would be awesome. You do have to be very careful about calling out people who are supporting Mr. Trump because Trump espouses some horrible, horrible opinions, and I really think a lot of the people who support him don't agree with him on those things. And seriously, I do, because I know some people who support Trump, and I know they're not racist. I don't understand why they support Trump, though, since he is racist. And their whole thing is like, well, he's not part of the system, and I understand the frustration with the system. Totally get it. But why do you support someone who, he's outside of the system, but so am I, so are you. I mean, we have just as much business.
Incarcerated. I've been Johnny incarcerated.
I've been carbonated. It's like, okay, so he says what he thinks. It's like, that's no reason to support someone. He thinks some awful things. He thinks Japan and Korea and probably Saudi Arabia should have nuclear weapons. And okay, if North Korea and Japan have a war, well, at least it would be quick. That's a quote from Trump. It's like, how can you think that that's okay?
Well, because they would realize they like the same music.
I don't think they would like the same
music.
music.
I think they would like the same music. They like that kind of, that dancey stuff. I think it would be quick because they would realize they like the same music, and they would just start dancing. There's no war in dancing. You can't dance and have war.
And he likes war. He's very good at war.
Has he ever controlled a war?
And he knows more.
Does he know anything?
And he knows more. He knows more about ISIS than the generals. I mean, these are all things he's actually said. Why would you support someone who? I mean, seriously, he is.
That's because he studied his mythological gods.
He is a psychopath. I mean, he is. I mean, clinically, he's a psychopath. And okay, actually, it's a personality disorder. They've changed it.
Is totally disagreeing with you.
But psychopaths aren't necessarily murderous.
By the way, my cat is black. She obviously does not support Donald Trump.
American Psychiatric Association estimates 1 out of every 200 people actually is on that spectrum of being black, yes, of being a psychopath, sociopath. Doesn't mean they're going to kill.
1 out of every 200?
Yeah.
That's like, so I'm just doing high math, so like that's 20 people?
Yes, it's 20 people, and Trump is one of them. And that they... they're very self-involved. They don't really care, literally don't care about other people. They don't have any empathy. And they're classic egotists, narcissists, which, of course, is Trump. Doesn't mean they want to go kill people. It just means they don't care about people. They don't relate to other people.
He cares about pretty women.
And unless they bleed out of their ears or their whatevers. So I don't understand the support for Trump. I understand Trump. He's just a shitty person.
Because the other option is a crook. We have Hillary Clinton who's broken the law. who's lying about everything with their emails. Emails, which are like the worst thing in the world.
Which is the
Who
funny...
hasn't sent an email or received an email that they would lie about?
Which is the funny thing is like, okay,
There's no porn in that email.
obviously she was guilty of having classified information on her private server, which she shouldn't have done. I think they came up with what? There were 20-some, 30-some top secret, and a total of, and 70 were classified after the fact. Some of those actually were newspaper articles, which is interesting. How did a reporter get this classified information,
John
and later
Clayton.
they classified it? But it was less than 200 pieces total out of 30,000 emails. And okay, so she shouldn't have done that. How did that information damage the country? I mean, we're talking about...
Because she lied. She's a crook.
Compare that to Iran-Contra.
Think about electing this person as president.
Where we're funding... We're selling arms to
not funding
Iran
her.
so we can send money illegally...
I'm funneling it through Russia so they can do it.
Illegally selling arms to Iran, so then we can illegally funnel money to
Noriega?
to a group actively trying to overthrow another government because we don't like that government because, they lean towards communism.
Because Nicaragua is so important.
It's like, it's really hard to understand why this is such a big deal. Well, it's because, honestly, I think because people don't think things through. Like we were talking pre-pro, people put up, when they rarely put up statistics, usually it's just like, ooh, Hillary or ooh, Muslims. It's just some joke meme that some idiot creates.
It's
May-May. And they paste it up there. It is May-May. And they'll put up a statistic as like Black Lives Matter, like we were talking about. Someone posted this thing.
Do
like,
Do they matter?
Well, I don't know if they really matter or not, but for the purposes of the show, I'm going to pretend that they matter. And if you're listening, Tori, that's the truth.
Or Ted. I think Ted's also African-American.
Ted's not listening. Ted doesn't care about this show. It's not BBB.
I have a point after you're done. I won't interrupt you anymore.
But
oh, by the way,
please
no,
do.
I'm just kidding.
Please do. But someone posted, it's like, well, 53% of the people who are shot by police are actually white, and it's only 20-some% that are black. And it's like, ignoring the fact that the majority of the population of the United States is Caucasian.
Oh, no, we're getting to be minorities.
But we ain't
because
there
of them
yet.
Spics and because of them
And it's per
blacks.
capita. It's per capita. They're twice as
Per
likely
capita,
to be shot.
You mean the capital? No,
Yeah, I
I
mean
think that's
capital.
mostly African-American.
Twice as likely to be shot. And that doesn't even go into the whole thing of like, okay, were they unarmed at the time, et cetera, et cetera. So, plus...
It shouldn't have been because everybody should own a gun.
Plus, you need to learn basic English. Black Lives Matter doesn't state only Black Lives Matter. It says Black Lives Matter. Maybe it would be a little more appropriate
that's the only
if it
people that matter.
also.
The only people that matter are black.
But, my God, it doesn't say
It's a hashtag.
only Black Lives Matter.
It does.
It
It's
says,
a hashtag.
yeah, we matter too.
It doesn't say hashtag Jewish Lives Matter. Or
Well, that's because they don't.
I wonder if there is that hashtag. Or hashtag
You wonder if there's a
Korean
hashtag?
Lives Matter.
You know if there's a hashtag, like period?
Yeah,
Hashtag period. I wonder what that would do. That would probably break the internet.
that's right.
Hashtag period. We're done.
You got to spell it out, though. Anyway, Virginia, my...
Your esteemed wife. Lovely.
I'm Nicholas Xavier, whatever I said my middle name was. Martine.
the promo girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the ring girl. The whole
Yeah, she's the ring girl. Yeah.
Anyway, she made a point.
She's been promoted. Now she's important.
That when somebody posts on Facebook about I don't understand why Black Lives Matter, and somebody said no. I think it was our friend Big Mike who said, how many people who actually disagree with Black Lives Matter have any black friends?
Yeah, Big Mike did put that, which was great.
And I thought, wait, how many African American friends do I have? Because I don't. And then I thought, I don't think about Ted as African American. I don't think about Melvin as African American. I don't think about Tori as African American.
She's not.
I don't think about that. I don't think, well, how many black friends do I have? How many Hispanic friends do I have? I'm just glad to have a friend. I don't care what color they are.
Well, let me correct that. You're lucky to have a friend, sir.
Well, I don't know if I have any. But somebody mentioned the other day about my wife, and I was like, yeah, our group of friends. Oh, you guys have friends? I was like, my wife has friends. I don't know if I have friends. Okay, I'm not sure why anybody would like me. But no, I mean, seriously, it's
I don't think anybody does.
Well, they may not, and that's their right.
No,
because we live in America.
There's no may to it, sir.
Well, May is definitely not my friend. Neither is Jay, I'm sure. But I don't really talk to them anymore. I do talk to Whitney every once in a while, who's so frustrated when she came back from vacation.
I thought you said I thought you were going to say FMLA.
No, FNOL. It's a
FNOL.
First notification of loss. So, anyway, Whitney came back from vacation last week.
Hi, Whitney.
Hey, Whitney. The day she comes back at 8:35, or she starts at what, 8?
What?
8:35. She sends me a text. I'm so over this place. Can I come work with you today? Jay and May, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but your employees are not very happy.
Five minutes into the
her
shift.
day, because because
what?
Because Susan and Morgan have made up, because that's important. Because they didn't. There were 3 popes. They had a schism. There were 3 Susans, and nobody could get in the room. I'm not saying anything, but anyway, they made up. So and Whitney, who is the team lead and the trainer,
my eye hurts
at this point, who you think she would know everything. Of course, you know how well that works. But we no longer work there. You freed yourself.
I freed
from
myself
the bondage that
I
was.
freed myself. I had to move 772 miles, but I freed myself.
Is that
by God.
literally? I mean, are you making that number up?
Yeah, 772 miles.
It's like you counted it.
So
as you left.
It comes.
Like, there's one.
It
I'm
comes
2
up.
miles
It
away.
comes
I'm
up.
57 miles away.
I have not made the trip off enough to know my way, so I always pull it up in Google Maps, and it's 772 miles.
By the way, anybody listening, we will be.
I may get lost. I may not go through Atlanta one time, and it's like I do have to say thank you, Atlanta.
How can you avoid Atlanta?
Thank you, North Georgia, for
There's all those
making my trip enjoyable the last 2 times, for not having 7 million of you on the road at the same time I was on. It was only 2 million of you, so the trip wasn't bad. Other than the terrible accident, which was like, wow, that was a bad accident yesterday. But the Batman truck was on the way, so that was cool.
Yeah, I saw that picture. That was awesome. So I texted Patty, my, she's the ex-ring girl, I guess, is what we say on the show, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Todd just stuck his tongue out. I'm not sure what that means.
No, I put it in my cheek.
Hey, watch what you say about my ex-ring girl. Sticking your tongue out. I don't know what that means.
I stuck it in my cheek. I did not stick my tongue out. I did not. I went.
I'm just saying.
It's different than.
We could go all Broadway Empire.
Go all Broadway?
Broadwalk Empire.
Broadwalk Empire.
The show.
The Broadwalk Empire Strikes Back.
Called?
Boardwalk Empire Strikes Back.
Empire, yes.
Oh my God, that's it. Boardwalk Empire Strikes Back. That is Kevin Spacey's next project.
No, I think
starring Hayden Christensen
has the role.
And the guy who played Tattoo, except he's dead.
Buzz,
the Destroyer, the Destroyer. Oh my God, yes.
Anyway, so
actually, I think he died 2 weeks before he was born. Very sad.
George Papard, which we talked about before the show. 94.
Also died 2 weeks before he was born.
2016. We've lost a lot of icons. We
Last
he was dead.
Good movie was Breakfast at Tiffany's, as you said.
Audrey Hepburn. Is that Audrey Hepburn?
That is Audrey Hepburn.
Okay.
Not in the role that Papard played, but yes, that was Audrey Hepburn.
Pussy. So anyway, the ex-ring girl,
Biting my
Patricia
lips.
Lazarowicz. That actually is her name. I'm not making that up. So she...
Are you speaking English?
Lazarowicz, that's her name. She's Ukrainian. I know people on the inside of something.
Of the taint?
No.
Can't be inside
There's
the
no
taint.
taints in
Can't be inside the
they
taint.
take the taint out.
Can't be inside
They
the taint.
remove the taint at birth.
Unless you do surgery.
It goes straight from either, I guess, the scrotum or vagina, straight into the anus area. I believe that's the anus area? Anal area? Oh, straight into the anus. That would be weird, right? Anyway.
Is it like a zip code?
Gross.
It'd be like a zip code. Go straight into the anus.
I pooped and it got straight on my scrotum. That's disgusting. So anyway.
That's what we need. We need T-shirts that say, I pooped. I pooped on my taint.
I'm sure there's...
Because I was upside down.
There's T-shirts for everything.
There are T-shirts for everything.
But there's not taint shirts for everything.
Are you going to tell the story about how the lady at Cincinnati... You already told this story. About how the lady at Cincinnati wanted to buy your Nikki X shirt.
She wanted to buy my fucking dick. She was just using...
You cannot excuse that on the beer because you have not had enough.
No,
You're just disgusting.
I just waited. I was hoping you would swallow and spit out. So anyway...
and he has said that so many times, it's uncountable.
And nobody ever swallows. So, but anyway.
You've said that more often than there are sands of grain in Nebraska.
This show is brought to you now by Guiding Light. So,
on the edge of night.
The Edge of Tomorrow. Is that still a show?
Oh, the Edge of
Didn't
Night.
It used to be it was Edge of Tomorrow, right?
No.
Was Edge of Night? That was the soap
Edge
opera?
of Night, that was the soap opera.
What was Edge of
Which
Tomorrow?
one as a kid? I tuned in. I thought, oh my God, this is
going
going to be cool. It sounds really scary. And it's a soap opera. It's like,
They can be scary.
Gross.
They can be scary emotionally.
Horrifying. It was
They can,
horrifying.
They can taint you for
It
life.
tainted, exactly. It tainted me.
So anyway, ex-ring girl, Patricia Lazarowitz, that's her name. That's her name.
We're finally back to the story of the ex-ring girl. I'm excited
actually,
now.
We're still trying to find our way back to Hunter Pence. But anyway, she mentioned, maybe she won't be there. But I was like, hey, you need to find us a bar. Because she's insane.
Why would she not be there?
She's not gonna listen to this.
Why would she not?
But she needs to find us a bar. And there's like
Lee
4
is doing the
bars.
rest of the show. Sotto voce.
Nacho Libre. So, but there's like 4 bars around where, we have our choosing.
There's only four bars. And
4 boards.
4 boars. There are a lot more boars than that in Cleveland,
Northern
but there's only 4
Ohio.
bars.
I thought we killed those things along with the buffalo. So, anyway,
bars.
she mentioned maybe, hey, maybe if
4
I'm still here, we
bars
could
and
go. I was
7
like,
years ago.
we'd go. So we might have a whole group. But anyway, she
that'd be cool.
no idea. Yeah. So I was like, well, if
If she's not there, where would she be?
well, I have no idea.
You need to ask her.
This is the same person, and again, she's not listening to this. So
Oh, she's listening.
did I tell you about this text?
Because I'm messaging her on Facebook right
very
now.
short text exchange we had where it was like
Can you talk about this on
she
the air?
did not. Oh yeah. So
I
she.
don't think you can talk about this in the air.
No, because I think I may have mentioned it already.
I don't think you
on
mentioned
BBB,
it on the air.
But
No, you didn't.
because I said, did you go downtown for the
Yes.
parade when the Cavs
Yes.
won? And she mentioned she did not, and she had fears of going down there. And I said, terrorism or whatever I said, and she was like, you can't say that because they might red flag. They might red flag the government. Somebody might red flag that.
You
text.
didn't know. You didn't
Did I
mention
not?
this. No.
And I was like, are you joking? And she was like, you don't know. And I was like, Muslims? Question mark. And she was like, don't even joke about it. And I was
pretty
like,
sure.
what
Pretty sure
are
you know.
talking?
Yeah.
What? Seriously? Come on. What kind of place have we come to? This is a lady who worked with me to campaign for Bill Clinton, I think, in '96. Actually, and she was this very liberal person. Now she's
not that old.
She's not old, but
She must have been 3 in 1996.
the stuff is set in. Whatever the stuff is, it's set in.
Set in.
She's a lovely person.
It's set in.
She's wonderful. She's survived Cleveland. And Cleveland's, it's funny because she survived Cleveland. It was Strongsville
Hey,
that
listen.
gave her the issues.
Cleveland is a hot town, according to Mike of Mike and Mike. You have to guess which Mike.
Well, because Golik's from Cleveland.
No, it's the other Mike who says it's a cool town. It's Greeny who says it's a very cool town.
I thought Golik said he likes Cleveland.
Well, Golik's from there. He's a moron. Of course he would like it. Moron.
He's,
Actually, Golik is really cool. I really like Golik.
I think that's the thing I like about the show is they're both smart.
Mm-hmm.
You have this jock
They are.
who plays up, I'm in jock.
Yeah,
He's so
exactly.
smart. He went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a smart
He is
guy.
a smart guy. He's
Should we look at them as like the 1%, though? We have one guy who played football, made a lot of money, went to Notre Dame. The other guy went to Northwestern. He's from New York City.
No, they're definitely the 1%.
Okay. So
They're making more money than we are, so we should hate them.
Yeah.
We hate them now. We hate you, Mike and Mike.
It's not intentional. It's just
No, it's a great. Seriously, it is a great show.
when some bemoves the
Why
food.
do people dislike the Mike and Mike show? We've talked about this once before. They get a lot of static
Do they?
in social media. It's like, oh, that
Maybe
show's
we have.
terrible.
Really?
Yeah, they do, and I don't see how. It's like, seriously, like you said, okay, you've got a jock who has got the jock perspective, but he's bright, and he plays up the dumb jock role, but he's a bright guy.
Maybe because of the 10-minute block of commercials that they have.
I can understand that.
Maybe it's not the show. It's the
I can
ESPN.
understand not liking the ads because, my God, they go forever.
Yeah, they do.
I hope they get a cut of the ads. I hope they get like 1/10 of 1% of the ads because if they
I'm
do,
sure they make money.
they've got
But you
to
can
be.
podcast the whole thing on iTunes. It's not
Yes.
like you can cut out the commercials.
Yeah, and I'll DVR because I DVR'd on
What's it, DVR?
the
Is
TV
that,
version.
Is that Russian?
I digitally record. I digitally record it. Digitally. And so I just fast
that
forward
beta?
through the. It's a funny thing. The show is 4 hours, but there's only like 23 minutes of actual conversation. The rest is ads.
Not far off.
Not far off. Yeah, those guys are great, and I don't understand why they catch as much crap as they do. It doesn't make any sense.
They're
to me.
white. They're white.
And white people are oppressed
And
in
they're
this country,
rich.
which is true.
They are. I mean, obviously. I mean, they're the
feel
kind of
oppressed.
people who, when they get pulled over,
I feel oppressed every day.
they don't have any fear of the police. I mean, that's oppression. That is oppression.
That was very
Yes.
scary.
That they didn't get.
Was it scary?
Scary?
Ted's Ted's story last week?
Oh no, yeah, I've intimated
Or
that
moving,
to other people.
or and I have too.
I intimated the I could hear the holster unpop. That to me was the scariest thing about it.
Yeah, and you didn't comment directly afterwards,
Well,
and I did.
Because I am black. People don't know I'm on radio.
You're kind of ugly too. And I did, but it was just, and literally, I can't. I mean, I can imagine. I say I can imagine it, but I can't. I never think if I get pulled over, and it's not like it's a frequent thing, because thankfully it's not. But I never think is like, wow, I'm really worried about what's going to happen. I'm worried about, okay, is this going to be $150 because I came to a rolling stop at a stop sign, or I was going 37 and a 30. That's what I'm worried about. It never even occurs to me to think, gee, I hope I don't get shot because I'm reaching for my license and registration. And
the only thing, yeah, I can never empathize, or I can't empathize. Because I've never lived in that. The only thing I could think is, I try to empathize enough where if I had left my coat in the trunk, but I still don't even think, I wouldn't hear the holster and pop. By the way, this is recorded, of course, but Wimbledon runner-up Milos Raonic announces he's withdrawing from the Olympics.
Really? Another one?
Over the uncertainty around Zika.
No, I'm not surprised that that's what it's about.
You think that's
Before we get on to Zika, I do want to mention that...
Well, I've gotten onto Zika a couple times.
Have you gotten over? Have you gotten over it?
It's like shoving it into a pillow. It's dry.
I'll have to try that.
It's dry.
I'll have to try
no,
that.
you don't want to. It chafes.
No. I want to try that.
It's chafing.
What if it's a gel pillow?
Does the gel come out? I don't know.
Something comes
It's still
out.
dry.
Something comes out.
Anyway.
When
She's got a good mouth though. Zika, wide mouth.
Huge.
Yeah, but
mouth.
who wants just? Sometimes you want
huge mouth.
That's just you.
Sometimes
you want Zika to enjoy it as well. Sometimes.
Hopefully you do. I mean, hopefully you're not.
Maybe
Hopefully you're not one of those bastards who doesn't care about your partner. Actually, I'm pretty sure you are.
G-spot is like in her stomach or something.
Pretty sure you are.
And you can't even like.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Based
on my personal
you'd have to
experience,
have,
you can reach it.
Well, I'm 2 inches. So I'm lucky to even insert myself into the Zika V.
Which would be an inch longer than Trump's
kids
stumpy
are listening.
fingers.
I don't want to say
Little
pussy.
kids, little tiny kids.
Ooh.
Don't say that. Don't even say that.
Somebody's going to snippet this out.
Snippet
If
this
you're
out?
in Africa, they literally snip it out. But
Snip
what I've
snack,
heard.
snip
That's
snack
what I've
doggo?
heard.
Would you be a snip snap doggo?
What's a
Do
doggo?
you know the whole snip snap doggo thing?
I can't even say that. Snip, snap, doggo. I can't say it.
This is
Literally.
apparently one of the fresh memes that all the kids
Fresh
like.
meat.
Fresh meats on the internet. Some guy could not
It's
think of
May-May.
literally could not think of the word scorpion. It's just one of these brain fart things.
Oh.
So he types in snip snap doggo
Which is close to
on
scorpion.
Google,
Okay.
and it showed a picture of a scorpion.
Okay.
Because Google knows that a scorpion would be a snip snap doggo. So snip snap doggo, not the Bork wolf kind, has become a meme for some reason. And we were talking about this on the write up because you got to talk about something when you're stuck in the car for 13 hours with the kids. Believe me, holy shit.
Talk about Hunter Pence.
Snip snap doggo. That's a scorpion.
Doggo.
Formal
T-shaped clue.
Formal T-shaped formal ice doggo. That would be a penguin. And we were talking about
What's a doggo? So doggo means something. Though.
Doggo is a dog, but a snip snap doggo would be a scorpion.
Yeah, but a doggo, you went from scorpion, which I believe is.
But the
modifiers.
modifiers, the modifiers,
what is a scorpion? Is that
the modifiers turned it into a different type.
A spider?
It's an arachnid. It turns it into a different type of animal. So
penguin is not an
penguin is not an athlete. That is correct, except for the ones in Pittsburgh. They're definitely
and
athletes.
They will be arriving in.
And they are the formal ice pingos. But penguins are pingos. But they're the doggos. They're the formal ice doggos. But snip snap doggos are scorpions. So we were talking about what other doggos would be out there, and formal ice doggos would be penguins. And cats, we decided, would not be doggos because cats are
It would be katos.
They're just cats because, they cannot be. You're not going to label a cat. Cat's not going to put up with that shit. Cat's a cat.
Well, they might. I mean, somebody might put it up. And
They should be
just a cat would be like, no,
because that's what they call themselves.
Be a federal lawsuit.
They call themselves meows. I don't think they would call themselves cats, although it'd be kind of cool to see a cat just say cat.
Cato. They all speak Spanish. That's why we don't understand them.
But you.
Meow. Meow.
El
That
guapo.
sounds Spanish,
El guapo
right?
gato. The handsome
Gato.
cat.
Gato, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's alligator.
Actually, I thought it was macaroni, but you might be right. I'm not sure.
Macaroni is Italian. I believe macaroni is a macaroni in any language.
No, I think it's El Guapo.
Whoa. Okay. Now you're talking about Zika again. Dry pussy. So anyway, what were we talking about Zika? Oh yeah. So as an athlete, you would be You would be afraid of going to Rio because of Zika, even though you're.
If you wish to progenitor yourself, I would not wish to go to Zika land, which makes you kind of think, I'm not sure if I'm really happy about being in Florida. I've had several cases in Florida, but so far as I know, they've all been still travel related.
It's pronounced Zika.
It's pronounced Florida.
Or is it Zima?
It's pronounced Florida.
Don't drink the Zima.
It's pronounced the Florida, Georgia State Line Band.
Still.
That would be a great band.
I like
go
how
to
you
that
added
concert.
band to that because it's like I see the
It's got to be a
state
band.
line.
It's got to be a band.
Band?
It's a band.
Like the Zach Brown band?
That's got to be a band. The Little River Band.
Wow. That's really old school.
Yeah.
I never liked the Little River Band.
You didn't like the Little River Band? What about the Benny Goodman
Little
Band?
River-
Harry James Band.
Benny Goodman and Little River Band are totally
Amadeus Mozart Band.
jazz band. Have you ever heard the Mozart jazz album?
You know what's really
crazy good.
Herbie Hancock
on the
was
harpsichord.
Second keyboardist. No, little known fact.
Second harpsichordist. So
Sweet.
But do you have a fear of Zika?
I don't have a fear of Zika because
you do not? You
I am
do,
not going
because
to
you mentioned South
progenitor
Florida.
myself.
You don't know that.
I'm not going to
You do
progenitor
not know
myself.
that.
I prefer not to progenitor myself.
If you do you have
plus
a fear
I would,
of Zika?
Plus, I would have to have the opportunity to progenitize myself. Would it be progenitor or progenitize?
So, but
Usually I hit the tank because it's small. And
would
it's
you?
I can't hit the hole.
Well, I mean, again, they've removed it in several countries.
You know, it's like seriously. If you're in bed and it's like a triple
with
bogey.
Their taint in bed?
A triple bogey? Triple bogey in bed. That's bad.
I think that you could
That's
have a
bad.
triple bogey if you're female. You can't have
That's
that
bad.
if
It's
you're
got to be a
male.
hole in one. It's got to be a hole in one.
Well, you can only have that option if you're male. I think
That's what I'm saying. If you hit a
it's like
triple
double
bogey in bed, you
know,
need to just
how
get
do you get
out.
a triple bogey if you're male in bed?
I'm the same. Ask Mr. Trump. He's an
I see
avid
the
golfer.
mouth. I see the ass. Where else is that going? The nose? That's disgusting.
Ears.
You have nose up your semen?
Ears.
Semen up your nose?
Nose up my
Either way.
semen.
That's
Nose up my
disgusting.
semen.
That's,
Pores.
It's like
if
it's
you have
like
particularly large pores,
it's like one of those. What do you call them when you put the salt water up your nose?
it's like a salt scrub.
No, what's that called? It's like
No, it's a salt scrub.
and then you.
Lavage.
No, it's not lavage.
It's
That's
lavage.
elitist. What do you call that? Do you call it the eucalyptus tree?
It's
No,
lavage
something,
for it's
right?
lavage for the 1%.
Anyway, I think you can.
It's
only
a semen
have double
scrub.
Bogey.
It's a semen scrub.
Double bogey if you're male. If you're in bed. Where are you going with that anyway? Triple bogey?
I just don't. I don't
What?
want Zika. I don't want no Zika.
But
I
guess
don't want the flu.
My feeling is, if you don't want to play in Rio for your country, then is it a Zika thing, or is it you really just don't want to play because you're going from Wimbledon to other tournaments to Cincinnati to U.S. Open? You just want to take some time off.
Yeah, in that particular case, as we said,
The other option is
Pre-pro.
that Rannick is so lucky at this point that he's trying to procreate as much as he can, and he's worried about getting Zika because his stuff might, cause some.
he knows McEnroe has connections, and he's thinking, yeah, I can go clubbing.
What did they call it in Vietnam?
Death.
Stuff.
Death.
No, they did, but
Death.
yeah. No, I mean what's the Orange Crush? Right?
Orange Crush. Yes, they
Yeah.
called it Orange Crush.
So the Zika.
They called
it's
it.
like you're
They
drinking-
called it Von Miller.
No, but it's like no, isn't that what it's called? The Orange Crush from the napalm and stuff in Vietnam.
Are you talking about Agent Orange?
Agent Orange,
Thank
Orange
you.
Crush. Yes.
Orange Crush. Yes.
This part of the show is brought to you by 7-Up. So, no, but yes, Agent Orange. So
Actually,
it's
it's
kinda like
knee-high
the same thing,
peach.
Right?
It's knee-high peach.
How many people came back and procreated? Do we have a bunch of children right now with Agent Orange along the Arizona highway?
Well, there is a presidential candidate who is extremely orange.
John McCain
who
created
doesn't
a whole
like
bunch of Agent
who
Orange
doesn't
children,
like Mr. McCain, Senator McCain.
that's a
who
bad choice.
Who said, I personally don't like the people who get captured.
He doesn't like Romney. He doesn't like McCain.
I like the people who don't get captured.
Is he trying to distance himself from the latest Republican candidates we've had for president?
He's distancing himself from losers.
They are losers because they didn't win, but still they are.
I mean, that's his mindset. I mean, seriously, that's his mindset. And I understand that mindset, but there's a different way to distance yourself from someone who did not win an election than just losers and saying that
George Will's is a loser, and he's never run for office.
And I prefer people who weren't captured. I was like,
well, which explains Hunter Pence, because Hunter Pence has won a
He
World
was never
Series.
he was never captured. Yeah, he's not a loser. He was never captured.
Maybe he was captured.
He might have been captured by the Oakland A's.
He's captured by the Philadelphia Phillies for a while.
He was captured by the
shipped
Philadelphia
out
Phillies.
to the Giants.
Yeah, I really don't understand the selection of Pence, other than the fact that it's probably like we said, this is the first person who said yes. So he said, "Oh, I better take this guy." Yes, yeah. Because he doesn't need help with the evangelical vote, which is what this is going to help him with. Because for whatever reason, they like the guy who talks about 2 Corinthians walking into a bar, which is ridiculous. And he doesn't really need help with Midwesterners.
I believe it was Paul that wrote 1st and 2nd Corinthians. There's one guy.
He wrote about 2 Corinthians.
It wasn't
he wrote about 2 Corinthians.
That was a joke, I believe he was selling in stand-up comedy at that point.
I think he was
2 Corinthians.
He was at the Purple Onion.
It's a Paul joke.
Except I think a lot of gays go to the Purple Onion. I don't think he would go there because there's a lot of gays.
Paul, I think he would be a little bit more
Paul
open
or Saul.
to
Paul or
speaking
Saul.
to anyone.
Paul or Saul. Paul Simon.
It's the same person.
Paul Simon.
See, that's the thing. Jesus had a problem with names, right? It was either Saul or Paul. It was Abraham or Israel or whatever.
You got a couple Timothys.
It's like he was like George W. Bush, right? He was like, I can't really remember your name, Saul or Paul or whatever the fuck you are.
That guy.
I created all this shit.
Judas is the one that he remembered. He remembered Judas. That was easy to pick out.
Maybe he flew.
Well, there's not a Judas and a Buddhist. I mean, it's just Judas.
Well, but
plus, he's got his Barabbas.
There's Judas Hitler.
There's Judas Hitler. There's
Judas Iscariot.
Yeah.
And then there's Judea.
Judea?
Yeah, I believe it's Judea. Or is it
Shade?
Judea?
Shade.
Shade? Judas?
Judea.
Shade Iscariot?
Judea and Shade in concert tonight.
Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. Shade, right? I can't remember that song she had.
Shadi? Are you saying her music is Shadi? It's not Shadi
I
at
believe
all.
what I'm saying is Sade and Gloria Estefan are the same person.
That's true. That's true.
Actually, at this year's Tonys, I guess they had a Gloria Estefan musical, which is totally overshadowed by Hamilton, but everything was overshadowed by Hamilton.
Was there a Gloria Estefan musical?
Yeah.
Was it called Gloria?
What was it called? Miami Sound Machine. No, I can't. No, it was not Gloria.
It's the Miami Sound Machine.
No, it wasn't called Gloria. That's
she and her hubby, who I can't remember her hubby's name. Do you remember her hubby's name?
Jay-Z.
There you go, Jay-Z. They have a property in Vero Beach, which is a nice.
Jeffrey Loria owns.
This indicates this is since this is not video, I'm raising my hand to indicate about a 6-story building, which is near a fine restaurant.
A Ron Jeremy sized building.
And they have yes, it is Ron Jeremy, and it is upright and erect, just like Ron Jeremy somehow. How did he ever get to be a porn star or a porn star?
Well,
I
don't know.
He's not a handsome person.
He's not. But I'm not a guy. I am a guy. I'm not a guy who's attracted to other guys.
And the truth comes out. But I don't know. I'm not a guy.
I am the new Prime Minister of England.
I am not a guy.
So,
I am the third gender person.
That's right.
Which is
there was Maggie, and there's me. No, thank God David Cameron said
I am Bovan. I am not a guy. I am Bovan.
No, I'm not a guy who's attracted to other guys, so I don't know, how. He's not attractive.
I assume he has a large member and he can perform.
Yeah, but is that attractive?
I guess it was.
The only thing that's attractive? Or
I guess it was, because why else was he in movies?
Impressive, and I will be honest, I've never seen a porn film that Ron Jeremy was in, so I don't know how large his member is.
From what I understand, it was 38 inches.
I'm sure it was 38 inches.
Not erect, yeah.
That's enough.
It shrunk down to 11 when he was erect.
To
Yeah.
impregnate someone who has the Zika deep in
Around the
belly.
block, yeah.
Well, not around the block.
Yeah, he could be in Key Largo and impregnate someone in
I
Brazil.
don't know if there's any women around.
He's a powerful man, Ron Jeremy. Very powerful.
I believe that's around the way. Anyway, so anyway, Hunter Pence is
My
the vice.
God, you love Hunter Pence.
Well, he's the vice
For a
president
Dodger
Trump.
fan, you love Hunter
I
Pence.
don't love him. I hate him even more because he's the vice presidential nominee for Donald Trump. So, I mean, it makes sense. He chose a baseball player who plays on the West Coast, so he gets that.
Let me establish something first. Are you sure this isn't a joke? Donald Trump is actually the presumptive Republican nominee?
It's no, I hope it's a joke. I hope I've been sleeping for the last several months, and it is a joke.
Because he's got a reality TV show that got canceled.
There he is now. He's barking.
And he's bankrupted 4 businesses, and he's involved in lawsuits in several other businesses. And he's definitely
Hold
an
on,
avowed
he's still he's outside. Shut up, you fucking bitch!
racist.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Thank you, Mr. Trump. An avowed
It's
misogynist.
funny because Audacity, that wasn't very loud.
Racist. Well, it's because you wisely.
How loud am I supposed to be? Oh,
You wisely directed your shout away from
Shut
the.
up, you lovely woman. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is a lovely woman.
He's a lovely woman.
He would be an ugly woman. God, he'd be an ugly woman. He's a pretty
But
ugly
he
guy.
chooses attractive females, and that's why we should vote for him.
He chooses attractive immigrants.
Well, I guess Marla. I never thought she was that attractive.
He chooses attractive immigrants.
Who's his current wife? She's attractive.
I don't know what the hell her name is. Malaya?
Do they all start with M?
Yeah.
Marla Maples.
No. Ivana.
Ivana, that's his daughter, right? She's attractive.
Ivanka.
Ivanka is attractive.
And Potato.
That's
Potato.
Donald.
That's his current.
He is a mutant.
Yeah, I mean, the nice photo where he's standing with a couple of evangelical Christian money-making business people.
Jerry Falwell.
Basically. And there's a photo on the wall of a Playboy cover because there's an interview with Trump on Playboy, and it's like, it's kind of funny. It's like, personally, I don't mind, but you would think the evangelical Christians would be kind of upset.
Not that it's changed. Whoa. Playboy has changed.
But it wasn't then.
No, it doesn't matter what happened then. It all matters what happens now and looking to the future. See, that's where you liberals are wrong.
The liberals have brought about the pussification of America.
That's true.
Which,
because you have a pussification running for your presumptive nominee.
as I briefly explained to one of my friends conservative friend on Facebook, is like, who is the person who is hiding under the covers who is terrified of the Muslim, who has been terrorized by the Muslim?
All of us have, because Obama's Muslim.
And the liberals are the ones who say, yes, let's bring them in and we'll figure it out, as opposed to,
because
oh no,
we're weak.
We're terrified. We're terrified
weak as liberals.
We're terrified of the Muslims, so we can't let any of them in. Like as we talked in pre-pro,
Look, we elected Obama, who is a Muslim in wolf's clothing,
evil Muslim,
and yeah, of course.
I guess that doesn't need to be said,
evil.
right? Exactly. I
mean, I don't know.
Shouldn't
why
have had
you
to say that.
caveat.
Yeah, I don't need to have that.
Caveat. But
or caviar.
Well, caviar is fine.
Caviar is pretty good.
So, and then now you want us to elect a Muslim, and now you want us to elect a woman? Come on, Democratic Party.
Just as bad.
Come on,
just as bad.
Look at the Green Party.
Just as bad.
They wanted us to elect some guy who drinks scotch a lot. Now they want us to drink the vagina of Jill Stein.
They want us to literally drink the vagina of Jill Stein? I'm not sure if they actually want us to drink
They want
her vagina.
her to stand above us and cream pie us in the face.
Clearly, this is a Nikki X show.
It is. Yeah. I mean,
I would vote.
It's not so bad being cream pied by a
You'd
vagina.
vote to be cream pied, right?
I would. Hell yeah. I mean, look.
There you go.
If you could get cream pie, if you're that close to the vagina.
But what if it's Donald Trump?
He doesn't have a vagina.
Are you sure?
If Ivanka was above me and
he's pretty much
cream pie
he's
onto my
pretty
face,
much a
she's
dick. So yeah,
attractive
I'm pretty sure you're right. He doesn't have a vagina.
Then yeah, I'd be okay.
I don't think he has the strength.
Pie.
I don't think he has the strength to have a vagina. I think he lacks the strength to have a vagina.
But
he could be strong to have
that
a
wasn't
vagina.
the question you posed to me. You asked me if I was okay being being cream pied by a via vagina.
Via vagina.
Via vagina.
Via vagina. I think she's competed in the Olympics. 400-meter relay. Via vagina.
Maybe via vagina. Who was that? Is that from? Shoot, that's from a movie.
No, I think it's
it's from Austin Powers. Well, we've
Via vagina.
Well,
no, it's not from
a lot of
Austin
vagina.
Powers.
A lot of vagina.
A lot of vagina is not via vagina. So. Via vagina. We all arrived here via vagina. Well, some of us.
I was
most
begotten,
of us.
not made. So, but I'll say this. Look,
you're not made. You've not been made. Everybody's been made.
I was begotten. I don't know what that means.
You misbegotten.
No, I didn't miss.
That'd be a great contest.
That means you were.
That'd be a great contest. Misbegotten.
You can't have a contest of aborted children.
Misbegotten 2016. Misbegotten.
Here's a norm. That's a lovely arm. Three fingers. So, anyway, back to Hunter Pence. So,
back to Hunter Pence.
Anyway, he's a Christian conservative. It doesn't make me want to vote for Donald Trump or his daughter, who cream pied me on the face with her vagina, I guess, during the show. But it's she's pretty. I mean, if you're that close.
Mr. Trump would date her. He's made that clear.
He has. Does she grow? Does she have a big bush, or does she shave it? I'd be interested, because if she shaves it, that seems to be maybe she's under the control of a man. Hey, I need to look good for what I think my man wants.
Which is her dad.
Instead of, I got this big, huge bush.
Which is her dad.
I don't know. See, I don't think she has a big bush, because we don't have any bushes as president. We saw HW. He lost, right? So boom, after one term, boom, he's a loser. He's a loser. He didn't regain. So he didn't regain his bush. So obviously that's out, right?
That's out.
Where the hell am I even going with that?
I don't know. A few quotes from Hunter Pence regarding the things that Donald Trump has said.
Hunter Pence?
Yes, Hunter Pence said that regarding the proposed Muslim ban that Mr. Trump, of course, has totally supported along.
And
until one point he backtracked, and then about a week later he said, no, we need to do that again. Pence called the idea offensive and unconstitutional, so that's one thing they agree on. Regarding the wall, he did say... Can
I interrupt you for a second? Where are
you
getting this information from?
This is probably from some liberal site called NBCnews.com.
Which is really close to NBC. Which is obviously liberal.
Yes, it is. I think it's absolutely
Rachel Maddow
essential that we have border
NBC.
security.
Does she not? Does she not?
She does not.
I put this.
And I strongly support
Does
that
she
for my
work
career.
for? I know. I'm trying to interrupt you.
Rachel
support. Maddow works for the same people that own NBC.
She works for the Clintons.
So they are liberals, along with Tom Brokaw.
Regarding Judge Curiel, Regarding Judge Curiel, who is, of course, he's presiding.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the Mexican who's like. He's a dirty
Mexican.
We
have a Mexican judge?
He's a dirty Mexican who's been imported.
Mexico, or is he here?
Specifically, they brought him into this country to preside over the trial. Specifically brought him to come into the country.
Flew him over from Japan
to preside over the Trump
a Mexican Japanese
trial.
Person. That's fucked up.
And Pence called the assertion that he's that was inappropriate. So not a big thing. The TPP trade deal, Pence hasn't even come into that because he's a governor. He has no clue about international trade, so he doesn't know anything about that.
We trade with Illinois.
Trump has insisted that he opposed U.S. military intervention in Iraq, which, he actually got one thing right. Pence voted to authorize the use of military force in Iraq, so there's a lot of things they don't agree on.
He voted for it? Was he a senator at the time?
I wonder, because it says he voted to authorize. So I'm assuming he was in the House or in the Senate at the time. Because
if he's a governor, who cares?
Yeah, exactly, because there's no way he would have voted for it. So obviously,
I don't know how he has time to do that when he's playing outfield for the Giants. Of course, he is on the DL.
Well, it's like he's got the weekends off.
He doesn't. He works every weekend.
He's got the weekends off.
He has the winter off.
He's got the weekends off. He plays in the Dominican. Which is another reason I can't understand why
he
Trump
doesn't need to
would
play.
like him.
I can see if you're trying to make the team, you would play in the Dominican. But
he needs to make the team. He needs to prove himself. He needs to play in Summer League every day like Ben Simmons. He needs to earn his spot.
I agree. All right. Well, that's the end of our show. Hunter Pence is the vice presidential candidate for Donald Trump. And we're still looking to see who's going to be Hillary's running mate. Hopefully it will be maybe a Dodger.
Mike Piazza.
Why would you not have Puig as your running mate?
I would go for Piazza.
Or Manny Ramirez?
I would go for Piazza.
Piazza, I don't know. Is Piazza going to be a Democrat? I mean, he's from Philadelphia, obviously.
Piazza.
Gosh, that's a good question. Because Kershaw's from Texas. Who, if you were a Dodger, would you want to have as the running mate to Hillary Clinton?
Sandy Koufax.
No. Thanks for listening.
The fans hoping to catch a little bit of the old-time religion right here, baby. With Junior stepping up to the plate. Here comes the stretch. And the pitch to Junior on the way. Swing and a fly ball hit to deep right center field. That baby is going to be fly away. The old-time religion lives. Junior does it. A 2-run home run. And we are tied at 3-3. My, oh my. Magic is back at least for a night.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently, which means you can get the fastest internet available with equal upload and download speeds from 50 to 500 megs. So you can upload 200 photos before your favorite song is finished. Click the ad and switch to Fios today to get our best offer ever. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently, which means you can get the fastest internet available with equal upload and download speeds from 50 to 500 megs. So you can upload 200 photos before your favorite song is finished. Click the ad and switch to Fios today to get our best offer ever.